Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm showing you my makes out of 4 meters of jersey fabric, which I printed with the potato technique. I printed 2 meters of this pink fabric and another one in green, which you will see soon. After the printing, the color has to be fixed with heat, means an iron or in the oven. But as I had a jersey with lycra in it, I didn't dare the oven method. And here we go, enjoy the outfits. Okay, so let's go through the items and let's have a look on the interesting details of the workmanship. This top is the Miami top from Duda's Patterns, which you will find also on Etsy in her shop there. And as this pattern is originally made for rib fabrics, I made it a tiny little bit wider and also 15 centimeters longer, as I want this one not to be cropped. For my daily styling I prefer this, but for the outfits above I just folded it in. Then I made these cycling shorts and I've traced them from leggings I already have. I'm just making them shorter. As you can see at the sides there is no seam but a fold. I'm also making the waistline higher. On all seams I'm adding 7mm seam allowance. At the hem I'm adding 2 cm and at the waistline I'm adding my elastic tape width. Of course, normally the front and the back pattern of trousers are totally different, but in this case we're working with elastic fabric, so hey, I can go like this. I'm just making the waistline in the front a little bit lower. This you can see here. In general, when it comes to elastic fabrics, I'm tracing a lot of patterns from original existing items. And if you want to see again on another item my method, you can click this link here, which leads you to another tutorial. There I'm making a tracksuit with hoodie for my kids. On the cycling shorts and the top, I've made the hem with a zigzag stitching. That means I've folded it and ironed it 2 cm to the inside and then stitched the hem with my normal sewing machine. Only when these two were completed, I've had another idea how to make the hem stitching with my cover lock stitching machine, although I haven't the yarn cones in the correct color, but this I will explain to you later. Then I made this cute summer dress for my daughter, also by copying an existing garment. And I made t-shirts for my husband and my son, again by tracing. For my husband, by the way, I decided not to go with an all-over printing, as anyways I couldn't finish all the 2 meters of the screen print, as my stamps broke before. For the man's t-shirt, I made the hems with rollings like this. I'm showing you later how I made these. Out of a tiny rest of the pink fabric, I made these baby trousers. This is a freebie from Lybstes. I'm linking you the pattern below in the description box. And no, I'm not pregnant. Then I made a standard Mila t-shirt. This pattern is available in all my shops. The links are also below in the description box. For this one and my daughter's dress, I finally had the perfect idea how I'm making my hems. So this is my cover stitch machine from the back. For the looper thread, I'm using a yarn cone with a color which is not matching, but which I have on hand. And for both needle threads, I'm using the matching color. This should be pink here, of course, but this picture was for another sewing project. I'm using both the main thread and the bobbin of the lower thread. The result is that from the outside the thread is matching and at the inside you see the not matching thread. Okay, so then I made a cropped Mila with short sleeves. Here also I made the hems with the rollings. This workmanship looks cute and relaxed. For the sleeve length on this t-shirt, I measured downwards from the paper edge 17 centimeter and then drawing the new hemline in a 90 degrees angle to the grain line, which you see on the pattern. Afterwards, I'm just folding the part of the pattern I won't need anymore to the back. Like this, I can keep the original pattern for further Milas. To make the green t-shirt cropped, I'm cutting the pattern at the center notch of the 3 notches you'll see at the side seam. And again, I'm just folding the part which I don't need to the back of the pattern. Like this, I can keep the original paper pattern for more original Milas. At the hem, I don't add any seam allowance. As for the hemming method with the rollings, we don't need this. For all the hems at the body and the sleeves, I'm cutting now fabric strips with a width of 2 centimeter here, with a grain line parallel to the short sides, which will be the additional rollings at the hems. These fabric strips I'm sewing then on along the hem lines with a zigzag stitching with my regular sewing machine, and I'm sewing in the center of the strip, means 1 centimeter from the edge and 1.5 centimeter from the hem edge. In this case, I'm making the hems before closing the side seams and the sleeve seams, as this order of the working steps will hold the rollings in their place. Then I'm rolling all the edges and fixing the beginnings and the endings with my iron. You can also pull the hems apart and then the fabric will roll automatically. Then I'll fix the hem edges with a short stitching here. Afterwards, I'll close the sleeve seams and the side seams with my overlock sewing machine. At the side seams, I'm keeping the gatherings here. For all the other sewing steps, I'm following the Mila sewing instruction. Here is a link to the Mila sewing video. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. That's everything I made of my 4 meters of jersey fabric. This is, by the way, my favorite outfit. See you soon in my next video. Take care until then. Bye!